Scene script. Have you ever pondered the true essence of self-confidence and the role it plays in our lives? Indeed, self-confidence is the invisible thread that weaves its way through every aspect of our existence. It is the silent yet powerful force that shapes our interactions, guides our decisions, and ultimately influences the trajectory of our life. Self-confidence is not merely a matter of maintaining a positive self-image, as is commonly misconstrued. It is not about gazing into the mirror and liking what you see. It extends far beyond the surface, digging deep into the very marrow of our being. It is about recognizing our inherent worth, acknowledging our abilities and talents, and having faith in our capacity to overcome challenges and achieve our aspirations. It is the wellspring from which our courage, resilience, and determination flow. It is the beacon that guides us through the stormy seas of self-doubt and fear, keeping us steady amidst the tumultuous waves of uncertainty. It is the anchor that holds us firm when we are buffeted by the winds of criticism and rejection. It is the compass that steers us towards our true north, enabling us to navigate the complex maze of life with purpose and direction. And yet self-confidence is not a static state of being. It is not a destination we reach, but rather a journey we embark upon. It is a dynamic, ever-evolving process that requires constant nurturing and cultivation. It is akin to a muscle that grows stronger with use, requiring regular exercise and training to maintain its strength and vitality. However, let us not mistake self-confidence for arrogance or conceit. It is not about superiority or dominance, nor is it about belittling or undermining others to boost our own self-esteem. It is about self-assuredness and self-belief, underpinned by humility and respect for others. It is about standing tall, not on the backs of others, but on the solid ground of self-respect and self-worth. Without self-confidence, we are like a ship adrift at sea, subject to the whims of the wind and waves. Confidence is our rudder, our sail, our anchor. It gives us control over our vessel, enabling us to chart our own course and weather any storm that comes our way. To better understand the value of self-confidence, we must delve into the world of ancient philosophy, specifically Stoicism. Originating from the bustling markets of Athens around 300 years before the Common Era, Stoicism is a philosophy that emphasizes the pursuit of virtue above all else. The Stoics, as followers of this philosophical school were known, held that virtue was the highest form of goodness. They believed that a virtuous life, one lived in accordance with reason and nature, was the key to achieving tranquility, or what they called ataraxia. This inner peace was seen as the ultimate goal, something to strive for in all aspects of life. But what does virtue mean to a Stoic? It's about self-control, wisdom, courage, and justice. It's about focusing on what we can control and accepting what we cannot. It's about responding to situations with reason rather than emotion. And it's about maintaining a sense of calm and steadiness, even in the face of adversity. Among the most notable Stoic philosophers were Epictetus, a former slave-turned-philosopher who taught that our reactions, not our circumstances, define our reality. Seneca, a statesman and dramatist who wrote extensively on the nature of life and death, and Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, who penned his personal reflections and thoughts now known as the Meditations, while on military campaigns. These thinkers and their teachings have left a lasting legacy, not just on philosophy, but on the way we approach life and personal growth. They taught us that confidence isn't about believing we can control everything, but about knowing we can handle whatever comes our way. Stoicism, then, offers a unique perspective on self-confidence. It's not about arrogance or ego, but about understanding our place in the world and our ability to navigate it with grace and resilience. It's about knowing that no matter what happens, we have the strength to persevere. The Stoics believed that true peace and happiness come from within, a concept that still resonates with us today. So, as we explore the concept of self-confidence further, let's keep in mind these ancient teachings and their enduring wisdom. So, how does Stoicism relate to self-confidence, you might wonder? Well, let's delve into the heart of the matter. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy born in the bustling markets of Athens, is more than just a collection of thought-provoking maxims. It's a practical guide for life, promoting a strong sense of self-worth and resilience. You see, Stoicism encourages self-control, a critical component of self-confidence. It's about governing our responses to life's ups and downs, not letting external circumstances dictate our mood or self-perception. It's about understanding that we have the power to choose our reactions, a realization that can significantly boost our self-confidence. When we master our emotions, we become the captains of our own ships, navigating through life's stormy seas with unwavering self-assurance. Equally important in Stoicism is acceptance, particularly of those things that lie beyond our control. This philosophy teaches us that much of life falls outside our sphere of influence. Now, this isn't a call to passivity, but rather a reminder to focus our energy where it truly matters. By accepting what we cannot change, we free ourselves from needless worry and anxiety, allowing our self-confidence to flourish. At the core of Stoicism, however, lies the emphasis on virtue. Stoics believed that virtue, not material possessions or social status, was the highest good. They advocated for living in accordance with nature and reason, pursuing wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. This focus on personal virtue fosters a strong sense of self-worth, providing a solid foundation for self-confidence. When we strive to be virtuous, we learn to value ourselves, not for what we have, but for who we are. And isn't that a more genuine and enduring source of self-confidence? So, you see, Stoicism isn't just about enduring hardship with a stiff upper lip. It's a philosophy that champions inner strength and resilience, qualities that are integral to self-confidence. It's a philosophy that teaches us to rely on our inner strength, an invaluable asset when it comes to building self-confidence. So the next time you find your self-confidence waning, remember the Stoics. Draw strength from their wisdom and let it guide you towards a more confident self. Stoicism teaches us to rely on our inner strength, an invaluable asset when it comes to building self-confidence. The ancient wisdom of Stoicism may seem distant, but its principles are profoundly applicable to our modern lives. Let's dive into the practical ways we can apply this ancient philosophy to our everyday routines, and in the process, foster a robust sense of self-confidence. Firstly, we have the practice of mindfulness. The Stoics were proponents of being fully present in the moment. This is not about simply appreciating a picturesque sunset or savoring a delicious meal. Rather, it's about developing a deep awareness of our thoughts, feelings, and actions. By becoming more present, we become more attuned to our own strengths and weaknesses, and in turn can work on improving ourselves. This heightened self-awareness can be a strong pillar for our self-confidence. Next, Stoicism teaches us the art of acceptance. The world is filled with events and circumstances that are beyond our control. The weather, the traffic, other people's opinions, these are all things we cannot control. Stoicism advises us to focus our energy on what we can control, our own thoughts and actions. By investing our efforts in our own sphere of influence, we escape the cycle of constant frustration and disappointment. This acceptance not only brings peace, but also boosts our self-confidence as we learn to value our own reactions and decisions over external circumstances. Stoicism also promotes personal growth. This philosophy encourages us to see challenges as opportunities for growth, not obstacles. When we face adversity, instead of asking, "Why me?" we should ask, "What can I learn from this?" This shift in perspective empowers us to take control of our personal development and encourages resilience. This resilience, in turn, fuels our self-confidence. Stoicism also values virtue above all else. The Stoics believed that living a life of virtue, honesty, courage, wisdom, and justice was the highest good. By upholding these virtues, we can create a solid foundation for our self-confidence. When we act virtuously, we are being true to ourselves, and there is an inherent confidence in authenticity. Lastly, Stoicism encourages us to practice negative visualization. This is the idea of imagining worst-case scenarios to better appreciate what we have and prepare ourselves for potential setbacks. This practice not only helps us value our current situation, but also equips us to handle future challenges with more confidence. By incorporating these Stoic principles into our daily lives, we can foster a self-confidence that is firmly rooted in self-awareness, acceptance, personal growth, virtue, and preparedness. This kind of self-confidence remains unshaken by external circumstances and is truly empowering. By embracing Stoicism, we can cultivate a robust sense of self-confidence that remains unshaken by external circumstances. Stoicism offers more than just a route to self-confidence. It is a path to holistic self-growth. This ancient philosophy is not merely about cultivating an unshakable sense of self-assuredness, but it's also about fostering a deep sense of personal growth. The Stoic path places a great emphasis on virtue, self-control, and inner peace, all of which are integral components of personal development. Let's delve into the concept of virtue, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Virtue, in the Stoic sense, is about aligning one's actions with nature and reason. It's about striving for excellence in character and morality, and it's about living a life of purpose and integrity. Virtue, in essence, is the highest form of self-improvement. It's about becoming the best version of oneself. What's more, the Stoics believed that virtue is the only true good, and that all external things, wealth, health, reputation, are indifferent. They don't contribute to our virtue, and thus, they don't contribute to our happiness. By focusing on virtue, we free ourselves from the pursuit of external validations and instead concentrate on what truly matters, our character and our actions. Stoic philosophy also places a high value on self-control or discipline. It teaches us to exercise control over our emotions and desires, to be masters of ourselves rather than slaves to our impulses. This is not about suppressing our emotions, but rather about understanding them, accepting them, and choosing how we respond. It's about being proactive, not reactive. It's about choosing virtue over vice, reason over passion. By cultivating self-control, we become more resilient, more adaptable, and more capable of handling life's challenges. Finally, let's turn to the concept of inner peace. In Stoicism, inner peace is achieved by accepting the world as it is, by understanding that many things are outside our control, and by focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, our actions, our reactions. It's about letting go of the need to control the uncontrollable, and instead finding serenity in the midst of chaos. By cultivating inner peace, we become more content, more tranquil, and ultimately more fulfilled. The transformative power of Stoic philosophy lies in its simplicity and its universality. It's not about achieving grandiose feats or acquiring material wealth. It's about cultivating virtue, exercising self-control, and finding inner peace. It's about becoming the best version of ourselves, not in comparison to others, but in accordance with our nature and our reason. The Stoic path is not easy. It requires discipline, courage, and perseverance. But those who walk it find not only self-confidence, but also self-growth. They become more virtuous, more resilient, more content. They become better human beings. On the Stoic path, self-confidence is not an end goal, but a natural byproduct of personal growth. Mastering self-confidence through Stoicism is not a quick fix, but a lifelong journey of self-discovery and growth. As we've journeyed through this exploration of Stoic philosophy and its relationship with self-confidence, we've unraveled some profound insights. So let's take a moment to reflect on the key points we've discovered along the way. In the beginning, we delved into the intricacies of self-confidence, a trait so integral to our existence, yet often so elusive. We've seen how it's not just about outward displays of assurance, but a deeper inner conviction in our abilities and worth, a belief that does not waver in the face of trials, but rather strengthens. This brought us to the ancient philosophy of Stoicism, a school of thought that has been around for over 2,000 years, but remains as relevant today as it was in the time of the Roman Empire. Stoicism teaches us to differentiate between what we can and cannot control, urging us to focus our efforts on the former and accept the latter with grace and composure. We then ventured into the heart of our discussion, connecting the dots between Stoicism and self-confidence. The Stoic principles of understanding our nature, accepting what we cannot change, and focusing on our actions all contribute to building a solid foundation of self-confidence. We've learned that Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions, but rather about understanding them, managing them, and using them as tools for growth. In applying Stoicism to modern life, we've seen how its principles can help us navigate the challenges we face, from dealing with criticism to handling failure. Stoicism encourages us to view these not as setbacks, but as opportunities for learning and growth. It urges us to maintain an even keel, remaining steadfast in our belief in ourselves, regardless of external circumstances. Finally, we delved into the Stoic path to self-growth. We've discovered that Stoicism doesn't promise an easy road, but it does offer a fulfilling one. It teaches us to embrace adversity, to learn from it, and to use it as a stepping stone towards greater self-confidence and personal growth. So, as we wrap up our journey, remember that this is just the beginning of yours. Stoicism isn't a destination, but a path that demands continuous learning and practice. It's a journey of growth, resilience, and most importantly, of building a deep, unshakable self-confidence. It's about knowing and accepting ourselves, understanding our emotions, and focusing on what we can control. It's about seeing every challenge as an opportunity, and every setback as a chance to learn and grow. And it's about finding the confidence within ourselves to face whatever life throws at us, with grace, with composure, and with a steadfast belief in our abilities. So embark on your Stoic journey today and discover the unshakable self-confidence that lies within you.